Hi my dear students, how are you all? I hope all are doing well. I'm sure that you're all very much interested to know about further topics in crop production and management. So before that, as usual, we'll discuss one GK question, then we will continue our lesson. Okay. Some of the common methods of separating substances or mixtures. Listen question carefully children. Some of the common methods of separating substances or mixtures. Okay. First one is hand picking, winnowing, threshing, sieving. Hand picking, winnowing, threshing, sieving. So these are separating methods in solid substances. If it is liquid, evaporation, filtration, distillation, sedimentation. Okay, evaporation, distillation, sedimentation or filtration. Okay, so with that we'll start today's session, sowing. In the previous class we have discussed about agricultural implements. So preparation of soil and then agricultural implements, all those things we have discussed in the previous class. Today's session we are going to discuss about sowing. Okay, sowing is an important part of crop production. So in crop production, sowing is an important part. Okay, before sowing, what we must do? So sowing is an important part of crop production, but before sowing, what we must do, what we must consider, what we have to do. So before sowing, good quality, clean and healthy seeds of good variety or selected. So before sowing, what we have to see? We have to check that the seed must be good in quality and it should be clean and healthy. So if it is good, healthy and clean seeds only, selecting for good yield, high yield. Okay. And next, farmers prefer to use seeds which give high yield. So always farmers will prefer good seeds only. For what we have to select good seed? To get good yield. Okay. So we have discussed that sowing is an important part of crop production. So before sowing, what we must do? We must check that the seed should be good, healthy and clean. If it is good, healthy, clean seeds are selected, it will give good yield. So high yield it will give. Okay. And now I'm going to tell you one short story. You must listen carefully. Okay. It should be related to next topic. Okay. One day I saw my mother. Listen carefully story. One day I saw my mother. She put some gram seeds in a vessel. Gram seeds. Okay. So and she poured some water in that. Okay. She put some gram seeds in a vessel and she poured some water in that. So after few minutes, some seeds started to float on top of the water. I wonder why some seeds float on water. I was surprised that what happened to those seeds. Why those seeds are floating on the top of the water. Okay, so why I said this story here? The next topic is selection of seeds. So my mother said why those seeds are floating on the top of the water means those seeds are damaged seeds which float on the top of the water. Which sink at the bottom of the water is good seeds. So this is how we have to select seeds. My mom said. Okay. So why I am saying now? Because the next topic is selection of seeds. How we have to select seeds. Before sowing, we have to select seeds. Okay. So for that activity, take a beaker and fill half of it with water. We have to take one clean beaker. In that half of that we have to fill water. Okay. Put a handful of wheat seeds and stir well. So what seed we have to take? We have to take wheat seeds and we have to stir it. We have to mix it. Okay. And wait for some time. We have to wait for some time. So we have to take beaker and in that we have to put some wheat seeds and we have to stir it well and then we have to wait for few minutes or few seconds. Okay. Then are there seeds which float on water? So we have to observe that any seeds are float on the top of the water. Yes, of course, it is floating on the water. Would those be lighter or heavier? So listen here children. First question is, are there seeds which float on water? Yes, it is floating on water. So if it is float on water, would those be lighter or heavier than those which sink? So some of the seeds will float on the top of the water, is it or not? That is lighter or heavier than those seeds which sink at the bottom of the water. So that should be lighter. The answer is lighter. Okay. And why would they be lighter? Next one is, why would they be lighter? So first one is, we have to take beaker, we have to pour some, in that we have to put some wheat seeds and we have to stir it well. After some time, some seeds will float on the top of the water and some seeds will sink at the bottom of the water. So next question is, are they floating on top of the water, those seeds lighter or heavier? Yes, it is lighter. Because of light weight only, it is floating on the top of the water. Next question, why it is light? Okay, answer is damaged seeds. Listen, answer is damaged seeds become hollow. Hollow means having holes. So damaged seeds having hollow. Hollow means having holes. Hollow and are thus lighter. Because of that hole, what happens? It is lighter. Okay, and therefore they float on the water. Why those seeds are lighter? Because they are damaged seeds and also they having hollow, having holes. Because of that reason, those seeds are floating on the top of the water. Okay, and this is good method for separating good, healthy. This is the good method for selecting good, healthy seeds from the damaged ones. Okay, and before sowing, one of the important tasks is to know about the tools used for sowing seeds. So next one is, so we have selected good healthy seeds now. So next thing what we must think before sowing, we have to check that we must know about tools. What are the tools using for sowing? Okay, so traditional tool. First one is traditional tool. So we must know about traditional tool. The tool used for traditionally for sowing seeds is shaped like a funnel. So traditionally we are using tool. That tool is shaped like funnel. It is shaped like funnel. Okay, first point. And the seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. So next one is what? The seeds. So the traditional tool is shaped like funnel. So next step, we have to fill the seeds. So the seeds are filled into the funnel. Next, the seeds are filled into those funnel like we have to fill the seeds in that funnel. Next, what happened through that funnel? Passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. And next step is seeds will passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp end. Okay, and these ends pierce into the soil and place the seeds there. So pierce means go into them. So these ends pierce into the soil. So that sharp ends will go through that, go into the soil, and there inside some depth. So what happens? They will place the seeds inside the soil. Okay, so traditional tool they have discussed. The traditional tool, what is that? It is shaped like funnel. So in that funnel we have to fill seeds. Okay, and the next step, seeds will pass down through 2 or 3 pipes having very sharp ends so that it can easily pierce. It can easily go into the soil and it will place the seeds inside the soil. Okay, and next one is seed drill. So first one is traditional tool. Next one is seed drill. Okay. Nowadays, the seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractors. So seed drill is one tool. So nowadays we are using seed drill for sowing the seeds with the help of what? With the help of tractor. We are using advanced technology, tractors. Okay, and this sows the seeds uniformly at equal distance. So listen here, uniformly at equal distance. So seed drill will sows the seeds inside the soil uniformly and equal distance. Okay, and depth also, equal distance, uniformly equal distance and equal depth it will show. Okay, and it ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. So after placing, what happens? It ensures that whether the seeds are covered or not, enclosed by soil or not. Okay, and this protects seeds from being eaten by birds. So what happened? Why we must have to cover that soil after sowing the seeds? So we have to protect from those seeds from birds. Okay. So we have to cover. It ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. So why we want to cover soil after sowing the seeds? Because this protects seeds from being eaten by birds. If it is not covered, birds will eat those seeds. Okay. And sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. So sowing by using seed drill, it saves the time as well as labor. Okay. And appropriate distance between the seeds is necessary to avoid overcrowding of the plants. So appropriate distance between the seeds is important. It is very important. The seed should be placed in appropriate distance. Why it is necessary? If it is why it should be necessary to place the seeds in appropriate distance means it avoid the overcrowding of plants. Okay. And next point, this allows plants to get sufficient sunlight, nutrition and water from the soil. So this allows the plants. So what? This appropriate distance if it is there. So what happens? This allows the plants to get sufficient amount of sunlight, water, mineral, all those things. Okay. So if it is overcrowding means it will not get proper amount of sunlight, nutrition and water. The crop or plant will not grow healthily. Okay. And at times a few plants may have to be removed to prevent overcrowding. If suppose it is overcrowding, so we have to remove few plants to avoid the overcrowding. Okay children, so we have discussed today about sowing. So sowing is an important part in crop production, and before sowing we must have to select good, healthy and clean seeds. So how we have to select seeds also we have discussed. And next we must know, before sowing we must know about the tools. In that tools, traditional tool and seed drill we have discussed. In the next session we will discuss about fertilizers and manure. Bye bye children.